Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Holy moly guacamole. Ladies and gentlemen, Teofimo Lopez is about to finalize a 3-fight deal. A legendary 3-fight deal in which he will take on Richardson Hitchins, unification bout in the 140-pound division. Y'all already know Richardson Hitchins beat Liam Powell. Liam Powell that beat the quote-unquote boogeyman in the 140-pound division. He's the IBF junior welterweight champion. Teofimo Lopez is the 2-time lineal champion. Right now holding the lineal title, the Ring Magazine title, and the WBO title. Unification bout with Richardson Hitchins. 1. If he gets past Richardson Hitchins, he moves on to fight the winner of Jaron Ennis or Stanionis. But I'm picking Jaron Ennis to unify the titles in the welterweight division and beat Stanionis, who's holding the WBA strap. Jaron Ennis is the IBF junior welterweight strap holder. And if he beats Jaron Ennis, moves up to capture the 3-division world title and unify the titles in the welterweight division, then he fights February 2026. The winner of Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia, in which I'm picking Ryan Garcia to beat Devin Haney once again. If Teofimo Lopez does all of that, Teofimo Lopez become pound for pound number 1. I don't want to hear it. No debates. But a lot of people out there are going to be like, nah, man, Punch. I don't think Teofimo Lopez could even pass Richardson Hitchins. Or maybe he could pass Richardson Hitchins, but I don't think that he could pass Jaron Ennis. All right. Teofimo Lopez is going to be the underdog versus Jaron Ennis if he beats Stanionis. If Ryan Garcia beats Devin the Dream Haney, we don't know. Maybe it's a 50-50 fight. Maybe people who have Ryan Garcia the favorite. I don't know. Yeah, at the end of the day, what's that narrative again that the world of boxing got of Teofimo Lopez? What's the narrative? The narrative again. Let me see. The criticism, the reputation that Teofimo Lopez performs to the level of his competition, right? That he performs to the level of his competition. You tell me, and when Teofimo Lopez faces a champion, how does he perform? How does he perform? He fights to the level of his competition. He performs to the level of his competition. So you tell me, how is Teofimo Lopez going to perform versus a champion like Richardson Hitchins? All right, okay, you already know the answer because the narrative is, and the reputation is that Teofimo Lopez performed to the level of his competition. So you already know that he's going to show up and prove to the world, once again, unified champion, take over in the 140-pound division. He's already the king in the 140-pound division, but to cement it, he needs to beat the guy that also, after Josh Taylor, I think that Richardson Hitchins got the second best win in the 140-pound division of this young generation by beating Liam Powell, right? He beats Richardson Hitchins because we all know how Teofimo Lopez performed to the level of his competition. And then he moves up to the 3rd division like Jaron Ennis and fight him in October. What was the narrative again? That he performs to the level of his competition. All right, so how we know Teofimo Lopez, how he performs to the level of his competition? Well, yeah, he beat the champion Rich Comey. He beat the champion Vasily Lomachenko. He beat the champion Josh Taylor. That's why he's the 2-time lineal champion. Yes. How he's gonna perform versus Jaron Ennis? Now y'all gotta keep that same reputation and narrative going. All right, so he beat Jaron Ennis, and then he faces Ryan Garcia, February 2026 rehash season. What type of level Ryan Garcia is going to be in? Do y'all hold Devin Haney in high regards? How about he's going to be rolling and stuff like that? Ex-world champion. How does it perform to the level of his competition? What's that narrative again? Then you already know which Teofimo Lopez is going to be showing up. So then Teofimo Lopez beats Richardson Hitchins, beats Jaron Ennis, beat Ryan Garcia, and becomes a pound for pound number 1. No debates. Already got a Hall of Fame resume right now. Right now, Teofimo Lopez already got a Hall of Fame resume. Now, the debate is whether it's first ballot, second ballot, third ballot. At the end of the day, right now, whether you like him or not, whether you hate Teofimo Lopez or not, or love him and stuff like that, you and I know that he got the Hall of Fame resume right now without the 3-fight deal. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a hard route. A lot of people saying, Punch, he got the hardest route. Yeah. He got the hardest route. His name was the Takeover, right? As a matter of fact, Teofimo Lopez always had the hardest route of his contemporaries, of this young generation. That's why I called him the Commander-in-Chief, the leader of this young generation, because he's the one that set the tone. Remember, he did Gervonta Tank Davis' dirty work by fighting Vasily Lomachenko and beat Vasily Lomachenko, that was supposed to be Gervonta Tank Davis' work, because you already know Gervonta Tank Davis is a senior. He's, what, 3 years older than these guys. 3 or 4 years older than these guys. But in 15 fights, he became world champion. What these other guys were doing in their first 15 fights to the young generation. Shout out to Bam Rodriguez. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. But he took on the toughest competition. Y'all remember in the lightweight division, there was supposed to be this tournament, right? Put it this way. Look at Devin Haney. Devin Haney became an interim champion, an interim WBC title holder after beating Zaul Abdullaev. Teofimo Lopez had to fight a final elimination bout versus Nakatani. Then move on to knock out Richard Comey, champion. I know now Richard Comey ain't no vacant title winner or stuff like that, or Teofimo Lopez had to be a champion. Other people got elevated. See, Jaron Ennis got elevated. Devin Haney got elevated. Who else? I think Shakur Stevenson fought for a vacant title, right? His first world title, right? Well, Teofimo Lopez had to beat the champion to become a champion. And then he had to beat a champion like a Vasily Lomachenko to unify the titles. Undisputed lightweight. Yes. And then he went to the 140-pound division. He had to be the champion, the king of the division, in Josh Taylor. Nothing easy for Teofimo Lopez. And let's not forget, even the fight before, in which people be like, oh, Teofimo Lopez ain't looked good, he was questioning himself. He still fought Sando Martin, the guy that retired, Mikey Garcia, the 4-division world champion, as a substitute. Remember, he was supposed to fight Pedraza, not Sando Martin. So he fought the last-minute replacement in Sando Martin. Beat him. Yes, beat him. Also beat Jermaine Ortiz. Whether you like his performance or not, he beat Jermaine Ortiz. Now, so think about this. Richardson Hitchins just came off one of the biggest wins of their contemporaries as well. One of the most credible wins, because shout out to Leon Paru, he beat Subriel Matias when Subriel Matias had this aura in the boxing world that Subriel Matias is the guy that's gonna not beat Teofimo Lopez, but kill Teofimo Lopez and kill Devin Haney and kill Ryan Garcia, and then Leon Paru beat him, and then Richardson Hitchins did his thing and beat. So right now, when Teofimo Lopez is gonna be facing Richardson Hitchins, he's gonna be facing Richardson Hitchins on a high note. On a high note, right? Then if he fights Jaron Ennis right after that, he's going to be facing the winner, Jaron Ennis, on a high note. Unified champion. That's when, they both got elevated, Stanionis and Jaron Ennis. But we could also say that fight right there, now they put weight on that belt, on those belts, in Jaron Ennis. And then Ryan Garcia, who might not have a title, or we don't know, he's probably going to be fighting maybe an interim title, something like that. You already know how the boxing world is. That would be an incredible win as well. Again, versus Devin the Dream Haney, in which a lot of people already know that he won the first fight. No matter what BoxRec said, no matter what the New York State Athletic Commission said. We already know what happened April 20th of 2024. Teofimo Lopez will be 28 years old around that time, right? February 2026. Certified Hall of Famer. Certified the best fighter in the sport of boxing. And finally, hands down, the takeover, the face of boxing. And if anybody else could do it, of this young generation, Teofimo Lopez could do it. See, Teofimo Lopez is geared to take over. Teofimo Lopez never had it easy. Still, Teofimo Lopez had the hardest route. Teofimo Lopez has voluntarily wanting the hardest route. Because you don't got to go through this. You don't got to go through this route. He could have easily taken Subriel Matias, who's at this point is not a non-champion, but he's going after the unified champion of Richardson Hitchins. Right? So he's going after the harder route. Not the easier route, the harder route. Let me know what y'all think. I know there's going to be people out there who are going to be like, nah, man, I don't believe it. Yeah, but at the end of the day, nobody believed that he was going to be Vasily Lomachenko when he was the underdog. Nobody believed that he was going to be Josh Taylor. The panels of medias didn't even think that he was gonna win. That's why he was the underdog. And he keeps on humbling the boxing world. But he's gonna pull off the hat trick. He's gonna pull off the hat trick. Let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all already know this is Punch Wrong Boxing, aka Mr. Moo. Shot himself. I can't wait. This is the reason why I support Teofimo Lopez. For those that don't know, now you know. Because I already knew since the beginning, since the amateurs, that Teofimo Lopez is going to be the takeover, the captain of the generation, the commander-in-chief, a.k.a. Goldo. And he also had it the hardest route in the amateurs when he became a USA, when he beat when he became the champion of the USA Olympic trials, beat everybody, and still got looked over not to be in the USA team. In 100+ years, or years, like a century of the Olympics, the guy that wins the USA Olympic trials not in the USA Olympic. See, Teofimo Lopez always got a chip on his shoulder. And you know something about, in conclusion, there's something about that when you get, snubbed in the Olympics or going to the Olympics, right? There's a chip on the shoulder. Just like when Roy Jones Jr. got robbed. Just like when Floyd Mayweather got robbed. And just like when Teofimo Lopez got robbed from his position in the USA Olympics. It builds greatness. It builds a grit. It builds a chip on the shoulder. Teofimo Lopez made it from the mud. Nothing was handed to him. There was no co-signers like Devin Haney had, Floyd Mayweather, and Zab Judah, Roy Jones. Like Ryan Garcia had Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo Alvarez. Like Shakur Stevenson got Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford and things of that nature. Look at Shakur Stevenson in the gym preparing for Kid Austin. And look who's in the gym. Floyd Mayweather, Terrence Bud Crawford. Who Teo got? Who Teo had? Teofimo Lopez, the takeover. By February 2026, Teofimo Lopez will be pound for pound #1.